Okay, hello everyone, this is Duston Gaming. Today we're going to be reviewing, another bad paleo video. Or, well, we're going to see if it's bad. We're going to see if it's bad. I'm going to react to it. So this one intrigues me. The thumbnail is Jurassic Park Spino. But then they show Prehistoric Planet. Wait. Hold on. Just random AI ad. So this one intrigues me, right? I have not seen it yet. I just saw the little preview that YouTube gives me. But I have not seen this yet.
Living between
So look, it shows Prehistoric Planet.
200
But the thumbnail is Jurassic Park Spino. So I'm like, okay, I have to review this. This is going to be really interesting. Let's see if this is good or bad. It's 18 minutes. They show both Jurassic Park and Prehistoric Planets. This is going to be a wild ride.
living between 245 and 66 million years ago.
So for an educational video, use Prehistoric Planet. Don't use Jurassic Park Spino. So this is already going to be really interesting because they're using a good source and a bad source.
Dinosaurs came in all sorts of shapes and sizes. Many
Megalania is not a dinosaur. Megalania is a monitor lizard.
had unique features such as feathers, beaks, spikes, and plates, while many others were simple herbivores that were relatively harmless.
Oh gosh, not the harmless herbivore thing. Okay, yeah, this is probably going to be bad, but we'll see.
And there were some out there that would be
Okay, by the way, I'm eating chocolate in the background, so if you hear anything, it's probably either my bird, my chocolate, or my water bottle. But yeah. Now they're showing an accurate Spino. This is really weird already.
an absolute nightmare to meet face to face. So, let's take a look at 15 of the most dangerous dinosaurs. Number 15, the Mapusaurus.
Isn't that meant to be a Giganotosaurus? Like, isn't that a Giganotosaurus?
While a pack of wolves may be pretty scary, a pack of Mapusauruses
Not a pack, more of a gang.
are much scarier. Found throughout modern-day Chile and Argentina, they roamed the Earth about 95 million years ago, and at a length of about 12 meters and a weight of about 5 tons, they were about as large and perhaps even more impressive than Gigantosaurus.
Oh gosh, okay. This is already really bad. First of all, wasn't it a lot bigger than 5 tons? I'm not exactly sure what Mapusaurus's weight is, but I'm pretty sure it's bigger than 5 tons. Isn't it even bigger than Spino? I don't know. I'm pretty sure Mapusaurus is bigger than 5 tons. Even if it's not, like, Giganotosaurus is definitely bigger than 5 tons. And you're saying Mapusaurus might be bigger than Giganotosaurus, which is just wrong. Giganotosaurus is bigger than Mapusaurus. This is stupid. And you said Gigantosaurus, which is wrong. Yeah, this is going to be a bad video. They say Gigantosaurus and say Mapusaurus might be bigger than Giga. This is ridiculous.
This size would allow them to take down much larger prey, and generally speaking, they would team up to take down a massive species of sauropod known as the Argentinosaurus. When
I don't know why this image just looks kind of goofy.
combined with its ability to use its large bone-crushing teeth and run quite fast, it's not hard to see why they were a true menace. Number 14, the Carcharodontosaurus. As far as dinosaurs go, the Carcharodontosaurus, or shark lizard, was certainly formidable. Hailing from northern Africa, it's known for being one of the longest and heaviest carnivorous dinosaurs, as it came in at a height of about 4 meters and a length of up to 14 meters, and weighed a massive 15 tons.
15 tons is absolutely crazy. They underestimate Giga, saying it's like 5 tons, and saying Mapu is bigger than it, and now they say Carchar is 15 tons. This is insane. Dude, you can't just say Mapusaurus and Giga are 5 tons, then say Carcharodontosaurus is 15 tons. This makes no sense.
In terms of strength, it was one of the buffest dinosaurs out there, as its
One of the
fortified neck
buffest dinosaurs? That's an interesting way to say it.
ensured that it could lift animals weighing a massive 400 kilograms high up into the air inside its jaws. It also had serrated teeth similar to that of a shark in order to deal as much damage as possible, making it a true menace and terror. So it should come as little surprise that the Carcharodontosaurus is often called the African T-Rex.
The African T-Rex. That's a odd way to say it, and also those pronated hands are horrible.
Number 13, the Velociraptor.
Okay, why'd I have any hope in this video just because they showed a little bit of Prehistoric Planet? This is actually insanely bad. Like, oh my god, not the scaly raptor with the pronated hands.
Okay, if you've ever watched Jurassic Park, then chances are you've heard of the Velociraptor. However, the reality is that the Velociraptors shown in the film were really nothing like those who roamed the Earth in real life. That's because Velociraptors in the film were modeled after a much larger species known as the Deinonychus antiropus. Although in my opinion, the real Velociraptor was a lot cooler. It looked quite similar to a modern-day bird, as it was the...
Well, it's not dangerous. Velociraptor's not very dangerous. Deinonychus is dangerous, but Velociraptor's too small.
Approximate size of a turkey and was covered in feathers. Instead of hunting in packs, they would simply go solo and chase down relatively...
You say they had feathers, but then you show this goofy, pronated hands scaly thing.
Small dinosaurs in order to sustain themselves. They would take down their prey by using their curved 8-centimeter long claws to slash,
This is not a good
jab,
photo. I know it has feathers, but the hands are pronated and the feathers are wrong. The tail feathers are wrong. Like, the tail feathers should be more branching. Oh. And the hands are pronated, so this is a bad photo. Don't use this.
They would often opt to ambush rather than chase them down. So while the Velociraptor may have been small...
This photo's better, but this photo is acceptable, actually. This one's acceptable.
It certainly was fierce. Number 12, the Saurophaganax.
Also, the fact that they put Velociraptor above Giga and the fact they put Velociraptor above Mapu and Car is insane.
When it comes to scary names, the Saurophaganax is truly elite. This is because while its name may be a mouthful, this Greek word, when translated to English, means Lord of Lizard Eaters. And it's not hard to see why this dinosaur earned that moniker. Coming from the modern-day United States, it usually weighed between 4 to 5 tons, and it came at a length of about 11 to 12.5 meters. It likely preyed on various types of large sauropods and used its strength and crushing teeth to bring down any prey. However, I should note that technically its existence is still up for debate. That's because many believe that the Saurophaganax is simply a species of Allosaurus.
I'm pretty sure it's been debunked.
And therefore should not have its own distinct name. However, to date the research seems to suggest that there are 2 distinct species, although there's a very real chance that further discoveries will change this perception. Number 11, the Gigantosaurus.
Oh my god. Make it stop. They spell it right, but they pronounce it wrong. How? They spell it Giganotosaurus, but they say Gigantosaurus. Gosh, this is... Like, they said earlier that the Giga and Mapu were like 5 tons. So, are they going to say that he's 5 tons again, which is also really an underestimate?
As the name would suggest, the Gigantosaurus was, well, gigantic, living between 97 and 100 million.
Of course, it's the Jurassic World Giga.
Years ago across modern-day South America, its name translates to giant southern lizard in English, and this is probably because it was about 13 meters long and weighed in at about 14 tons.
14 tons? Okay. First of all, now you're contradicting yourself. You said earlier that the Mapusaurus was 5 tons, which would potentially make it bigger than the Giga, in your own words. Am I not mistaken?
To take down much larger million years ago, and at a length of about 12 meters and a weight of about 5 tons.
Yeah, 5 tons. This dude said Mapu's 5 tons, and listen to what he says next.
They were about as large and perhaps even more impressive than Gigantosaurus.
Okay. They were about as large and maybe more impressive than the Giga. So they're saying that the Giga and Mapu are both 5 tons, which is an underestimate, first of all. That is a massive underestimate. And now they're saying Carcharodontosaurus is 15 tons, which is way too much. Now they're saying that Giga is like 14 tons, which is also too big.
Full legs and a thin pointed tail. probably because it was about 13 meters long and weighed in at about 14 tons.
14 tons is ridiculous. These estimates are so out of place. You got a 5-ton Mapu and 5-ton Giga. Now you got a 14-ton Giga. 15-ton Carcharodontosaurus. This is insane.
In order to act as an efficient hunter, it had...
And also, none of these guys reached more than a T-Rex. T-Rex was like 10 plus tons. So, no, they weren't over 10 tons.
very powerful legs and
at least, like, I mean, I don't, maybe if there was, like, an extraordinary specimen at, like, 11 tons, but I highly doubt that. I think they're, like, 9 to 10 tons or less. A T-Rex can maybe get 11 tons. I don't know.
thin-pointed tail, which allowed it to be very quick and agile while running, with its maximum speed believed to be about 50 kilometers per hour. It used this speed to chase down large herbivores.
Isn't that too much? Isn't 31 miles per hour way too much, or am I wrong?
Once caught, the Gigantosaurus would clamp down
Gigantosaurus. No, it's Giganotosaurus.
on them with their massive 20-centimeter-long serrated teeth. To top this off, just its head alone was believed to be larger than the height of many adult humans, thus ensuring that very little could escape its jaws. So yeah, I think you'd agree that the Gigantosaurus was truly terrifying. Number 10, the Utah Raptor.
Okay, I mean, this is an interesting design. It's not correct, but...
While movies such as Jurassic Park have enshrined the Velociraptor as the most well-known and dangerous raptor.
Okay, at least the hands are not pronated. At least they are not pronated.
In the eyes of the public, it turns out that the Utah Raptor was certainly scarier. Considered to be the state dinosaur of Utah and the inspiration behind the raptor on the retro Toronto Raptors logo, the Utah Raptor was far larger.
Why are you using all these scaly raptors?
Than its more famous.
On Earth, 7 seas, 7 continents, 196
cousin, at its height of about 1.5 meters, length of about 7 meters, and weight of about 500 kilograms, would make it about 3 times longer and 12
Why are
times
you showing the scaly Jurassic Park raptor, dude?
heavier than your average velociraptor. In terms of its
It's not just heavier than your average velociraptor, it's heavier than all velociraptors.
predatory abilities, the Utah Raptor was also quite strong. One of its greatest assets was its 30-centimeter-long claws, which were used to cut down prey in a horrific fashion. It also tended to hunt in packs, allowing it to
Oh my
easily...
god. When will this stop? This is actually really bad. Like, this is actually already bad, and it's only like 5 minutes in. This is actually bad. Okay, this is... We still recording? Yeah, okay. This is bad.
its 30-centimeter-long
All these
claws,
scaly
which were used to
raptors
cut
and
down
shit.
prey in a horrific fashion. It also tended to
Stupid pack hunting.
hunt in packs, allowing it to easily take on much larger dinosaurs with ease. To top this off,
Not with ease. Predators have problems with hunting. A lot of times they fail. It's not with ease.
its teeth were also very sharp, allowing it to easily tear into the flesh of its unfortunate victims. So, a pack of Utah Raptors truly would have been a terrifying sight. Number 9, the Ankylosaurus. While the Ankylosaurus may have been a simple herbivore, it would have been an absolute nightmare to
What do you mean it's a simple herbivore? Also, I don't think this is an accurate design. Isn't the Jurassic World Anky 2 awesome, bro?
mess with it. That's because it had more in common with a military-grade tank than with other dinosaurs. Now, this dinosaur lived around 68 to 66 million years ago
That's
during
an interesting statement. It had more in common with a tank than other dinosaurs. I don't know what to say to that.
the late Cretaceous period, and likely roamed across what is now the western United States and Canada, coming in at a length of about 6.25 meters and a height of about 1.7 meters, and with a width of about 1.5 meters, it was a force to be reckoned with if messed with by a larger carnivore. First and foremost, it was almost completely covered with thick armor consisting of massive
How could an Ankylosaurus run like that?
knobs and oval plates of bone, making it nearly impenetrable. If a predator got too close, it would defend itself by slashing at them with its 3-meter-long club tail, which had the potential to deal some serious damage. So, it should come as a little surprise that its name translates rather fittingly to Destroyer of Shins, and admittedly, it would be near impossible to
Is that actually what Ankylosaurus means? I don't really know what Ankylosaurus means, to be honest.
A piece out of this impressive dinosaur. Number 8. The Argentinosaurus. When it comes to size, no dinos are quite as massive as the Argentinosaurus. Holding the title of being the largest land dinosaur, it came in at a length of about 30 to 40 meters and a weight of up to 100.
What do you mean largest land dinosaur? It's the largest dinosaur. There's no large sea dinosaurs. The only sea dinosaurs are birds and spinosaurs, but even though spinosaurs are large for theropods, they cannot compare to sauropod size.
Tons, making it about as large as 17 fully grown African elephants. And you may have guessed, the Argentinosaurus hailed from Argentina, and its most distinguishing feature by far was its 9-meter-long neck. While it's not clear whether or not it held its neck vertically as would a giraffe or horizontally so that it could forage for leaves, in either case it survived almost solely off a diet of leaves and would take about 40 years to make it to its adult size. Beyond this physical size, its eggs were also extremely large. At 30 centimeters in diameter, they were some of the largest in natural history. To top this off, it also had good instincts, as rather than living as a solitary dinosaur, the species would travel in herds in order to protect themselves from predators. So, its size, pack mentality, and ability to easily trample
Pack mentality, but it's a herbivore. Don't you mean herd mentality?
an adult human would have made this fantastic beast pretty dangerous. Number 7. The Majungasaurus. Now,
Gosh, this list is so out of order. Why is Majungasaurus higher than all these other things?
generally speaking, most dinosaurs would prey on smaller, weaker dinosaurs, but the Majungasaurus stands apart due to the fact that it would often cannibalize its own kind. Living in
Is often the right term, or is it a rare instance?
Madagascar between 70 and 66 million years ago, the Majungasaurus was one of the last known non-avian dinosaurs to go extinct, and given its height of about 2 meters, length of about 6, and weight of about 1 ton, it was certainly pretty sizable and likely one of the strongest predators in its habitat. However, what really sets
What do you mean one of the largest predators in its habitat, or one of the strongest ones? Isn't it the strongest or the largest in its habitat?
it apart is the fact that it was known to engage in cannibalism. More specifically, a study in the science journal Nature from a few years ago reported the existence of Majungasaurus bones being found with Majungasaurus-sized bite marks. The explanation given
Why are you showing a Carnotaurus eating a Majungasaurus then? They're not the same.
was that it must have been done so for either fun or because it was especially hungry. And as you might expect, this initiated a media frenzy where various news sources began to publish articles about this cannibal dinosaur. However, the reality is that many animals engage in cannibalism under extreme circumstances, and given what we know, it's likely that Majungasaurus cannibalism was the exception and not the rule. Despite
But you said they do it often.
this, only further research will be able to give us the entire story. Number 6. The Allosaurus. While the
Why is Allosaurus above Saurophaganax?
T-Rex may get a lot of credit for being ferocious, many experts believe that the Allosaurus was far more terrifying. Found around the world in places
Many experts believe it's more terrifying. What sort of experts are saying this?
as diverse as Tanzania, Utah, and Siberia, the Allosaurus lived between 145 and 155 million years ago, during the late Jurassic era, and came
That's a Carnotaurus. Jeez, this is like literally what Super Dinosaurs does. Super Dinosaurs literally does this. They show a Carnotaurus instead of the proper dinosaur. This is ridiculous.
at a length of up to 13 meters, a height of up to 5 meters, and a weight of about 1.5
Isn't 42 feet like way too big? Like, oh my god. Even 16 feet tall seems way too tall, right? These stats are like too big.
tons. It had a lifespan of about 30 years and was able to keep up its strong physique by preying on herbivores such as long-necked sauropods and stegosauruses. Fossil evidence suggests that these species would often battle it out until one came out victorious, and generally speaking, the Allosaurus would win those battles. This is largely because it had 2 powerful hind limbs and a large tail that allowed it to
Well, predators often lose their fights. Aren't most hunts unsuccessful? So I don't know.
chase down and kill its
All these ads.
prey quite easily, which it would do thanks to its strong set of teeth. These were sharp and serrated at the edges, ensuring that dinosaurs caught in its grasp would not get away. And there's some evidence that the Allosaurus would attack its prey by using its head like a hatchet, repeatedly
Disproven. This was made when prehistoric planet existed, so pretty much modern paleontology.
slashing with an open mouth as to impale its victims. So yeah, few dinos would willingly mess with this massive meat-eating machine.
Pronated hands. These stupid pronated hands.
Number 5. The Stegosaurus. While typically looked down upon by herbivores as being relatively benign, I still wouldn't want to have messed with the Stegosaurus. Living during the Jurassic period between 150 and 155 million years ago, this iconic dinosaur generally lived in western North America and
What kind of model is that? That looks so goofy. Is that like from a video game or a cartoon?
Asia, and was at a length of up to 9 meters and a weight of about 4 tons, essentially the size of a small school bus. On one hand, the Stegosaurus wasn't a smart cookie. In fact, given its brain was the approximate size of a walnut, it even wasn't as large as a cookie. However, since the Stegosaurus's primary concerns were to eat ferns and run from predators, its brain power really didn't
Run from predators? Do you mean defend itself from predators? They use their tail spikes to defend themselves. I don't know if they would really run.
have to be all that great. Instead, the Stegosaurus really outperformed in terms of defense, as it had spikes on the end of its flexible tail that pointed both outwards and to the sides in order to deal some serious damage if a predator got too close. It also had 17 spikes along its back known as scutes that were positioned in 2 alternating rows, and while we don't know exactly how they functioned, the blood vessels within these plates suggest that they were likely used to regulate the dinosaur's temperature. While their size also means that they were also probably used by males to attract mates. So, I think you'd agree, the Stegosaurus truly was an incredible dinosaur. Number 4. Megalania.
Bro, Megalania is not a frickin' dinosaur, dude. It's a lizard. This is actually ridiculous. What? This is actually insane. Megalania is a lizard, not a dinosaur, dude.
While Australia is filled with super dangerous creatures today, in prehistoric times, one of the apex predators on the continent was a lizard known as Megalania.
Not even the same time as the dinosaurs. It was way after the dinosaurs. They did not even coexist. The only dinosaurs they coexisted with are birds.
Came in at up to 8 meters in length and weighed as much as 2,300 kilograms, which for reference is the
Does this look like a dinosaur to you? No? Because it's not.
equivalent to having the weight of 25 Komodo dragons in one single creature. In terms of its predatory instincts, it was an absolute menace, as it would typically dine on large marsupials, flightless birds, and giant turtles, and generally speaking would eat about 45 kilograms of meat per day. In order to overpower its prey, it had a lot of physical gifts at its disposal, with some of its most useful being its ability to ambush prey by running at it in short bursts, flicking out its tongue in order to sense the movements and characteristics of
I'm sorry, but this music in the background is really annoying.
the potential prey, and use its venomous bite to easily overpower anything in its way. Now, what's interesting about the Megalania is that despite likely being around during the time of the dinosaurs, it also
Did you say it was likely around during the time of the dinosaurs? Wait, I need to replay that.
the potential prey, and use its venomous bite to easily
There's no
overpower
way.
anything in its way. Now, what's interesting about the Megalania is that despite likely being around during the time of the dinosaurs,
He said the Megalania was likely around the time of the dinosaurs. Unless you mean birds, I'm pretty sure he does not mean birds, right? He means like the Mesozoic. That is an insane statement. What the hell? That's a ridiculous statement. That is insane.
it also managed to not just look like them, but also outlive them, with the species going extinct about 50,000 years ago.
It didn't meet the dinosaurs except for birds. This is ridiculous.
Interestingly enough, this makes them young enough to have been seen by the Aboriginal tribes of Australia. And as crazy as it may seem, some of these indigenous tribes have oral legends that likely feature these incredible creatures, making them some of the oldest oral legends in human history. So it is fair to say that the Megalania had an impact that continues to be felt to this day.
It's not a dinosaur and it did not live with the dinosaurs except for birds.
Number 3. The Spinosaurus.
Gosh, the Jurassic Park. Is that even Jurassic Park, or is that something else? That looks different than the Jurassic Park one. Whatever it is, it's not accurate.
While the T-Rex was certainly ferocious, many argue that the Spinosaurus was far more dangerous. Living in the late Cretaceous period, about...
This is like, it's trying to be accurate, but it really doesn't give a shit. Because you can see the back spine is kind of in a shape, kind of like the classic, like, N. The N shape that a lot of the modern depictions have. And it kind of has a tail spine. But yet again, this is just still not accurate. The legs are too long. The tail spine is not large enough. This is not accurate at all.
99 to 93.5 million years ago, it was about 18 meters in length and weighed in at
Too long.
about 20 tons.
And too big. Man, the estimates in this video are so crazy.
For reference, that's about as long as 2 school buses and as heavy as 4 elephants. In terms of looks, its narrow skull, whale-like hips, spindly neck, and paddle-like feet probably
Did he say whale-like hips, or did I mishear him?
made it look pretty strange. Yet it was exactly these features that made it an efficient predator. You see, unlike most other land dinosaurs, it was in fact semi-aquatic, as it likely spent a fair amount of time hunting for prey in bodies of water. Since it hailed from an area of modern-day...
See, that's what I mean by the N shape. It's kind. I don't know if that's a good way to describe it, but like, these photos are good. Why can't you just use these and whatever that Jurassic modded evolution thing is?
in northern Africa, filled with predators known as the Delta of Danger. This was important, as the Spinosaurus
I've
was
never
able to
heard
easily
anyone call the Chem Delta of Danger.
traverse the area's swamp-like conditions and snack both on land and aquatic animals. These efforts were assisted by its long
Gosh, Jurassic Park Spino fighting Jurassic World Evolution Car.
tail, which, due to its oar-like shape and mix of interlocking vertebrae, acted very similarly to that of a fish and may have even been used as a weapon to knock out prey.
What was used as a weapon? Sorry,
Oar-like shape and mixed snack both on land and aquatic animals. These efforts were assisted by its long tail, which, due to its oar-like
Oh, why would it use its tail as a weapon? It has a delicate spine on it, right?
shape and mix of interlocking vertebrae, acted
Also, look at the goofy way that Carnosaurus ran away. So goofy.
very similarly to that of a fish and may have even been used as a weapon to knock out prey. To top all this off, the Spinosaurus also had long extensions of its backbone that grew to at least 1.5 meters in length and likely had skin connecting them, forming a sail-like structure. While the exact purpose of this sail is unknown, most archaeologists
The first footage this guy used in the video, his Prehistoric Planet, gave me hope, but like, the majority of this is just generic misinformation, paleontology, bad video.
believe that
Using outdated information.
it was used to either regulate body temperature or act as a display piece to attract members of the opposite sex during mating season. So while the Spinosaurus certainly was strange, it was also the S-tier predator.
What
Number
about
2.
Carnosaurus? And oh my god, is that meant to be a T-Rex? Look at those stupid hands on the pronated hands.
The Tyrannosaurus Rex. Of all the dinosaurs out there, none are quite as iconic as the Tyrannosaur Rex.
The Tyrannosaur Rex.
Translating to tyrant
He
lizard in
really said the Tyrannosaur Rex.
English, this massive dinosaur existed right before the extinction of the dinosaurs about 66 million years ago, and it grew to about 12 meters in length and 4 meters in height, and likely
Isn't the tongue of the T-Rex meant to be stuck to the bottom jaw, so it wouldn't be able to do this?
weighed about 5 tons. Living in what is now Western North America,
Also,
it
those stupid pronated hands and lack of lips.
was an apex predator within its habitat due to its impressive physical abilities. More specifically, it had strong thighs and a powerful tail that allowed it to counterbalance its large head, allowing it to run at speeds of up to approximately 40 kilometers per hour. For reference,
Isn't that way too much?
that's just a tad slower than Usain Bolt's maximum speed for his record-breaking 100-meter race. As you might expect, this allowed the T-Rex to chase down its prey quite easily and then chomp down on it with its impressive set of teeth. Measuring in at as much as 30 centimeters,
I mean, it would probably be an ambush predator because it's not that fast. So I don't think I'd say it would easily chase down prey.
In length, these teeth were both serrated and wide, and were arranged in such a way that they could withstand the force of a struggling dinosaur.
These ads, bro.
In fact, these teeth were so good at their job that they could take down 230 kilograms of flesh in a single bite, ensuring that their prey could not get away. To top this off, many experts also believe that the T-Rex's arms may have played a large role in how it interacted with its environment. That's because while the internet memes ridicule T-Rex's arms for being tiny, they were in fact quite large, coming in at up to a meter long and being able to carry up to 100 kilograms. So, it's not hard to see why the T-Rex is one of the world's most fascinating dinosaurs. Number 1. The Ichthyosaurus.
What? Okay, that came out of nowhere. There's quite a few things wrong with this. Okay, first of all, it is not a dinosaur. And it's not really more dangerous than the others. Wasn't it more of a fish eater? And, like, was it even that big? How big is an Ichthyosaurus? I'm sorry, I just need to, okay, well, that's not it. Okay, this could be wrong. Okay, this could be wrong, but if this is correct, this is just ridiculous. Like, that is way too small to even be anywhere on the list. If this was a most dangerous marine reptile, it wouldn't even be in the top 20. Like, if this was most dangerous marine reptile list, top 20, it would not even be in the top 20. Like, top 20 would be filled with pliosaurs and mosasaurs. This thing would not even be close. And it's not a dinosaur. Like, oh my god, this came out of nowhere.
While the Argentinosaurus may have been the biggest dino on land, the king of the oceans was the Ichthyosaurus.
Dude, it's not a large marine reptile. It would get clapped by a lot of other things.
First emerging about 250 million years ago during the late Triassic period, they were large aquatic carnivores that put most of today's aquatic life to shame.
They're not very large. They'd get absolutely clapped by other marine reptiles.
Essentially looking like lizards with fins, they were oftentimes quite massive, as while size varied greatly from species to species, some were as much as 26 meters in length.
Yeah, but those are not Ichthyosaurus. You're talking about Ichthyosaurus, not ichthyosaurs in general. You said Ichthyosaurus. If you're just talking about ichthyosaurs, well, there are some really big ones, but no, you're talking about Ichthyosaurus itself.
Making them a tad larger than a modern-day blue whale.
They're not bigger than a blue whale. What the hell, dude? Okay. This is actually ridiculous, dude. I mean, Ichthyosaurus itself, again, not that large. The larger ichthyosaurs, not bigger than the blue whale. Blue whale is the biggest animal ever.
Now what's interesting about
Besides maybe Procetus colossus, but that's debatable.
them is that they've existed for a period of 160 million years, and as a result, they evolved over time from looking like lizards to looking more like massive fish. Their heads were long and narrow, and their jaws were lined with thin, sharp teeth, which they used to catch prey such as fish
This is very interesting footage.
and squid. They would seek out that prey with their massive eyes, which were larger than any other modern animal. This thing was a menace in the water, as due to their massive tails, they could accelerate to more than 35 kilometers per hour. In tandem, these features managed to place these predators at the top of the aquatic food chain.
Dude, other marine animals would absolutely clap them.
However, their reign couldn't last forever. That's because they went extinct about 90 million years ago during the late Cretaceous period. And while archaeologists are not sure as to exactly why this happened, the leading theory is that severe climate change altered the water they lived in to temperatures that they simply couldn't adapt to.
So not only does he think Ichthyosaurus is a dinosaur, he thinks frickin' Megalania is a dinosaur, which is ridiculous.
Regardless, ever since finding the first fossil more than 300 years ago, this species has captivated scientists from around the world. Watch our nature playlist for more.
Oh gosh. Okay, I'm very glad I watched that. That was insanely bad. That was really bad. Oh my god. Okay, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed.